Welcome everyone to our discussion today. We are talking about something many people have experience with. It can be a difficult topic. The question is it okay to stay friends with an ex-partner when you are in a new relationship? It's a question that can cause strong feelings and disagreements. We have two guests here today to share their different opinions. First, we have Ben. Ben believes that it is possible to be friends with an ex. And we also have Chloe. Chloe thinks it's usually not a good idea and can cause problems. Ben, Chloe, thank you both for joining us today. So let's start with the main question. Can you or should you stay friends with an ex when you have a new partner? Ben, perhaps you can start.
Thanks, Sarah. Yes, I believe it's definitely possible to stay friends with an ex. For me, it often shows maturity. It means the relationship ended in an okay way, without big anger or hate. You don't have to cut someone completely out of your life just because the romantic part finished. Think about it, you probably shared a lot with that person. You might have memories, experiences, maybe even the same group of friends. Why throw all that away? It seems a waste sometimes. If you can move from being partners to being just friends, it shows you both respect the time you had together. Of course, this only works if the romantic feelings are really gone. Completely gone. For both people. That's the most important thing. There can't be any hope of getting back together, and you need very clear boundaries. You need rules about how you communicate and when you see each other. For example, maybe you only meet for coffee during the day, or only in groups. You have to be honest with your new partner about the friendship. No secrets. If you hide it, then it becomes a problem. But if you are open and your ex respects your new relationship, it can be fine. It's about respect. Respect for the past. Respect for the ex as a person. And most importantly, respect for your current partner and relationship. It's not always easy, I know, but I think it's possible and can be a healthy thing in some situations.
Thank you, Sarah. Ben makes some interesting points, but I have a very different view. I generally think staying friends with an ex while you're in a new relationship is a bad idea. It often causes more problems than it's worth. My main reason is respect for the new partner. How does it make them feel? Usually, it makes them feel uncomfortable, insecure, or worried. Even if they don't say it, it's often there. Why would you want to put your new partner in that position? Your new relationship should be the priority. Also, let's be honest. Are the romantic feelings always completely gone? Sometimes, people say they are, but deep down, maybe not. Staying friends can keep those old feelings alive, or maybe create temptation if things get difficult in the new relationship. It can create confusion. Is this person just a friend, or is there something more? It blurs the lines, and it can lead to drama. Misunderstandings happen easily. Maybe the ex says something, or the new partner sees a message, and suddenly there's a big argument. Is it really necessary to keep that connection? Usually, relationships end for a reason. I think it's often healthier to make a clean break and focus all your energy and attention on building a strong future with your new partner. There are billions of people in the world to be friends with. Why choose the person who might make your current partner feel bad? For me, it's usually not worth the risk. It's better to protect the new relationship.
Okay, thank you both for those clear opening thoughts. You've both mentioned boundaries and feelings. Ben, you said clear boundaries are key. Chloe, you questioned if feelings are truly gone. Let's talk more about that. What makes a friendship with an ex work, or what makes it fail? Ben, what specific boundaries do you think are needed?
Well, first, total honesty with the current partner is essential. They need to know about the friendship from the start. They should know when you plan to see or talk to your ex. No secret meetings or hidden messages. That breaks trust immediately. Then, the type of contact matters. Late-night calls or texts are usually not okay. Meeting alone late at night is probably not a good idea either. Keep things in the open, maybe meet for lunch sometimes, or with a group of mutual friends. That feels less intense. Also, conversations should be appropriate. Don't talk about problems in your current relationship with your ex. That's not fair to your partner. And don't talk too much about your past relationship either. Focus on being friends. Now.
Chloe, what do you think about these boundaries? Can they really work? Or are they just difficult rules to follow?
I think Ben's suggested boundaries sound good in theory, but in reality, it's very difficult. People make mistakes. Maybe one person crosses a line without meaning to. Or maybe the ex doesn't respect the boundaries. What if the ex is having a hard time and calls late at night? Do you ignore them? It gets complicated. And even with rules, the new partner might still feel uncomfortable. Trust is important, yes, but why test it unnecessarily? It puts a lot of pressure on the new relationship. The new partner might feel they have to be okay with it, even if they aren't, because they don't want to seem jealous or controlling.
But Chloe, that's about communication in the new relationship. If the new partner feels uncomfortable, they should be able to say it, and the couple should discuss it together. Maybe the boundaries need to change, or maybe the friendship needs to pause for a while. It depends on the people involved. If everyone is mature and respectful, it can work. Trust is built by being open and reliable.
Maybe, Ben, but I think it often depends more on the time's ex. Is the ex really just a friend? Do they respect the new relationship? Sometimes they don't. They might still have feelings, or they might enjoy causing a little trouble. You can control your actions, but you can't always control your ex's actions or feelings.
That brings up the idea of trust, not just between the new couple, but also trusting the ex to respect the situation. How important is that trust in the ex?
It's very important. If the ex doesn't respect the new relationship or the boundaries, then the friendship probably can't continue. You have to be willing to stop the friendship if it causes problems for your current relationship. Your partner must come first.
Exactly. And if you might have to stop the friendship anyway, why start it? It seems easier to just let the past be the past.
Let's think about some specific situations. What if the new partner clearly says, "I am not comfortable with you being friends with your ex"? Chloe, what should happen then?
For me, that's simple. You respect your partner's feelings. The friendship needs to end, or at least change significantly. Maybe just polite greetings if you meet by chance. Your current partner's feelings and the health of your relationship should be the top priority. Ignoring their discomfort is disrespectful.
Then what's your view on that? What if your partner is uncomfortable?
I agree that the partner's feelings are extremely important. You absolutely need to listen to them and take them seriously. But I think it's worth having a conversation first. Why are they uncomfortable? Is it something specific you or the ex did? Is it a general feeling? Maybe understanding the reason can help find a solution. Perhaps different boundaries would make them feel better. But if, after talking, they are still genuinely unhappy and anxious about it, then yes, you have to prioritize them. The friendship would need to stop or change drastically.
Does it make a difference if the ex is also in a new relationship, or if they are single?
I think it can make a difference, but not always in a good way. If the ex is single, maybe they rely on your friend too much or hope for more. If the ex is in a new relationship, maybe their new partner is uncomfortable with the friendship, so it can create problems on that side too. It just adds another layer of complexity.
I see it a bit differently. If the ex is happy in a new relationship, it might make things easier. It can show that they have also moved on. It might make the current partner feel a bit more secure about the situation. If the ex is single, yes, you need to be more careful about boundaries and making sure the friendship isn't confused with lingering romantic interest.
What about meeting in a group versus meeting one-on-one? Ben, you mentioned group meetings earlier.
Yes, I think meeting in a group, especially with mutual friends, is often much better and more comfortable for everyone. It feels less private, less intense. One-on-one meetings can sometimes feel more like a date, even if that's not the intention. So sticking to group settings, at least initially or mostly, can be a good boundary.
I agree that group settings are better than one-on-one. But even in a group, the history is there. Your new partner might still feel like an outsider, or watch how you interact with your ex. It can still be awkward or stressful.
One last point here: timing. How long after a breakup should people wait before even thinking about being friends, especially if one or both are moving into new relationships?
I think a long time is needed. Definitely not right away. You need space to heal and to completely separate your lives romantically. Trying to be friends too soon is asking for trouble. Feelings are still raw. Maybe 6 months, maybe a year, maybe longer, or maybe never.
I agree that time is important. You definitely need a period of no contact or very little contact after the breakup. This allows both people to move on properly. Trying to switch straight to friendship usually doesn't work. How long depends on the relationship and the breakup. But yes, enough time must pass so that the romantic connection is truly finished before a platonic friendship can even be considered. So, to summarize my view, I still believe friendship with an ex time's possible while in a new relationship. But it comes with big responsibilities. It's not something to do lightly. It requires maturity from everyone involved. You, your ex, and your new partner. The absolutely essential things are complete honesty and openness with your current partner, very clear and respected boundaries, and zero romantic feelings left between you and the ex. You must consistently show your current partner that they are your priority. Their feelings and comfort must come first. If the friendship causes genuine distress or problems for your new relationship, you have to be willing to let the friendship go or change it significantly. It also depends greatly on the specific people and the history. Some past relationships are just too difficult or painful to turn into friendships. But in cases where the breakup was peaceful and both people have genuinely moved on, maintaining a respectful, boundaried friendship can sometimes work and be okay. It's not impossible.
My final thought is that while Ben's ideal situation sounds nice, in reality, friendship with an ex is often too risky and complicated when you have a new partner. The potential for hurt feelings, jealousy, insecurity, and misunderstandings is just too high in most cases. It puts unnecessary stress on the new relationship. Why create potential problems when you are trying to build something new and special? Even with the best intentions and boundaries, things can go wrong. Old habits, unspoken feelings, or interference from the ex can cause damage. I believe it's usually wiser and more respectful to your current partner to make a clean break from past romantic partners. Focus your time and emotional energy on the person you are with now. Build trust and security without the shadow of a past relationship hanging over you. While there might be rare exceptions where it works, I think generally it's better to close that chapter and move forward fully, leaving romantic exes in the past. Protect your current happiness.
Thank you, Ben and Chloe, for sharing your perspectives so clearly and thoughtfully today. We've heard strong arguments on both sides. Ben suggests it's possible with maturity, honesty, and strict boundaries, always prioritizing the new partner. Chloe argues it's often too risky, potentially disrespectful, and can easily lead to problems, suggesting it's usually better to focus entirely on the present relationship. Key themes that came up were the importance of trust, open communication, respecting boundaries, and considering the new partner's feelings above all else. It seems the answer might depend very much on the specific people, the past relationship, and the strength of the current one. There's clearly no single easy answer that fits everyone. We hope this discussion has given our listeners plenty to think about regarding their own situations and views. Thank you again to Ben and Chloe. And thank you to our audience for tuning in. Goodbye for now.